Shalom, first and foremost, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Mills who are teaching the truth in sincerity, and a shout out to Yakim that's out there in the four quarters of the earth proclaiming this truth. Bracha the Yahweh, Bracha the Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, Bracha Dum. So, out here another week, and of course, a lot of things going on. And you got distractions such as the Kentucky Derby that now you don't even have to win necessarily. You could just win by way of disqualification. All you have to do is bitch about the outcome and they will disqualify the other rightful winner. And so, the sports are rigged, all part of the bread and circuses, because they want you to take your focus off of what's going on, such as Amalek fighting against Amalek and, these bastards in Ashdod, the Israeli state bombing the shit out of Palestine. They want you to take your focus off of that. And then, of course, ISIS gaining ground in Syria. And then, their next plan false flag with Guado, as they did last week. They're planning their next one because, of course, America is busted. And the only thing they can do to hang on to their hegemony is to steal resources from these other countries, but they got to convince you that they tried to convince you anyways, that Bashar al-Assad is this brutal dictator that, gasses his own people, kind of like they tried to do with Saddam Hussein. But even people during that time didn't believe that about Saddam Hussein either. That pretty much, the majority didn't support the war. But nonetheless, though, that's still the idea they try to push, that Bashar al-Assad is this brutal dictator and needs to be taken out of power. What it really is America wants to seize its hegemony and wants to fund the greater Israel project because it's really Amalek. Amalek runs America, as you could guess. And the only ally of Amalek, of the Israeli state, is the United States. The rest of the world, including Gog, Magog, and Gomer, condemned the Israeli state for launching their war of aggression because, of course, it's a false flag attack. The so-called rocket attack that hit Jerusalem a few days ago, and then they've been bombing the shit out of Gaza because this is what Benjamin Not a Jew always does, of course. And like everything else, though, this word is being sealed. The ark is just about finished, pretty much finished, and now it's just a matter of who's staying on and who's not. A cleaning is happening, and you can see that, pretty much the elect are being sealed. That is, the 144,000, the house of David is pretty much built. Now it's just a matter of reaching the 1/3, and then this thing's a wrap. And we're seeing things kick off. As you know, we're closer and closer to the mark of the beast, the RFID implant, and everything going cashless, as you can't really do anything without this digital technology. If you want to get something to eat now, they're really getting rid of phone numbers, to where you have to use the Grubhub app, or something digital, and they're encouraging people to just sit at home all the time and just push buttons. You're ordering, you're shopping. A lot of people shop for groceries now on Amazon and other places. To where even the grocery store is beginning to disappear. There's only a few left. They even downsized Rayleigh's. There's only one Rayleigh's here in Reading. There used to be two, and that used to get quite a bit. I know that Rayleigh's cost more than the others, but nonetheless, though, it was a downsize that's happened for quite a while. All this downsizing and all that is so that way they have everything into the digital apps, and then you can't buy, sell, or trade unless you receive the mark, because they're eventually going to have digital ID. In other words, you have to have an online ID in order to have privileges to surf the net. And by that time, we won't even be on the internet anymore because you think that it really applies to us? No, man. Once YouTube is no longer free and we can no longer go and do this, you think we're going to be out here doing videos? So this is out here for a limited time, so it's time to now get this in. So I'm going to read out of Amos chapter 9. I saw the Most High standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the lintel at the door, that the posts may shake, and cut them in the head, all of them. And I will slay the last of them with the sword. He that fleeth of them shall not flee away. and he that escapeth of them shall not be delivered. Though they dig into hell, and it's talking about all these underground tunnels and all that. He's talking about Edomites. You know, they pretty much think that they're going to survive World War III, that they'll just get into their underground bunkers. But no, that's not what this says. Then shall mine hand take them, though they climb up to heaven, which is talking about your space stations, you know, all these things ready for World War III, henceforth the Space Force, thence will I bring them down. So they're not going to be able to hide themselves from Yahushua and the angels, you know, though they are going to try to fight, because the Most High is putting it in them to fight. And though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out of thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, then will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. And what's that talking about? Well, pretty much, though, you know, your submarines, you know, your underground navy, you know, they're going to try to hide, you know, because, you know, such things as nuclear submarines, they're going to try to hide from the Most High, thinking that they'll just be safe down there. But did you forget about Leviathan? And though they go into captivity before their enemies, thence will I command the sword, and it shall slay them, and I will set mine eyes upon them for evil, and not for good. And the Most High Yahweh of hosts is he that toucheth the land, and it shall melt. And that's talking about by way of them nuclear missiles, and also by way of them chariots, which shall have nuclear capabilities. And it shall melt, and all that dwell therein shall mourn, and it shall rise up wholly like a flood, and shall be drowned as by the flood of Egypt. And we're in modern day Egypt now. That's what America is. It's a place of Sodom and Egypt spiritually. It is he that buildeth his stories in the heaven, and hath founded his troop in the earth. It's talking about you Edomites, you red Hebrew Edomites. He that calleth for the waters of the sea, and poureth them out upon the face of the earth, the Most High is his name. You know, thus the Most High is against this place. Are ye not as children of the Ethiopians unto me, O children of Yasharallah, saith the Most High? Right, because most of our people have a Gentile state of mind. They don't want to come back to their heritage. Have I not brought up Yasharallah out of the land of Egypt, and the Philistines from Kaphor, and the Syrians from Ker? Behold, the eyes of the Most High Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Most High. So 2/3 of Jacob is going to be destroyed in this, but not all of Jacob, you know. That's why there's going to be a remnant, you know, and hopefully we're a part of that remnant, an elect that will not be consumed by this, you know. And we pray we're part of that elect, and that's why this house cleaning is very important. And upon this house cleaning, you want to make sure that your house is doing what it's supposed to do, that you have a stable post, you know. That's why, you know, it was very important that I fixed the 12 tribes sign, because it was blowing away during this winter. Well, just cardboard ain't going to be enough, and that's why it's now mounted with wood. I personally bought the saw and put it together myself, you know, because me being a one-man camp, I'm responsible for this whole post, you know, and I want to make sure that my posts don't be blown away, and don't be consumed by these waters, don't be consumed by these high winds, you know, because a stronger wind is coming, and it's going to consume a lot of us. We're barely going to escape. It should be such a narrow escape that it's going to seem like we're going to die. But, you know, that's where the faith comes in, you know, that we will not die, yet we shall see everlasting life. Because John 3:16 was really meant for the elect of us, you know, that he came to save his people, because that's what world means, you know. Paraphrasing, you know, you just break it down properly. For Yahweh so loved his people that he gave his only begotten Son, and that he that shall believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. And what is it to believeth in him? That means to go out and do the things that you were commanded to do, and to keep the commandments that you were given. No, the old law ain't done away with, you know. You have to totally divorce, eradicate all the prior concepts that you once had, because Christianity was not the Bible. Christianity was a false, it's pretty much all false, you know. including the images that you were given. Because that's not how it works, you know. You can't just do whatever you want to do and then just call upon sweet Jesus and he's going to save you. That's not how it works. No, man. You go out here, you do the work, you proclaim that, because we're just trying to call out the elect of us, the remnant, that will be spared from this. Because not all the house of Jacob shall be destroyed with it, but 2/3 of our people will be consumed with this. And we don't know who they are. That's why we come out here and we do this. So, like everything else, proclaim this truth while you still can. They are clamping down on the internet. I've already got a strike on this channel. And pretty much, though, you know, you just watch what you word your videos, you know, because they'll find reasons, you know. We come out here and we teach. We're not trying to start anything. We're just trying to read what the prophecies say, so that way we can seal the elect and we can get out of here. For that, I want to say, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, Barak Death to America and death to you 2/3. Shalom.